goodbye. At a crowded airport, her dad whispered those words, and his daughter relaxed into his arms. And then he said, I wish you. Hmm. This was not a warning. The tone was the setup for the next few months of challenges. Missing family, being so far away, and the connection that only a daughter and a father can share. Being away from loved ones is very, very difficult, especially those special ones. An airport can whisk away the one thing that means the most to you, your adult child or your father. This father's final words at the airport will break you, or at least make you think next time you send someone off for a longer period of time. Time is not always our friend, and goodbyes are words that can either heal and help or tear and shred. And as a daughter and a parent, there are few things that can cement your relationship in a way that just a few of the kindest words can do. Our title, Dad's Airport Goodbye. I wish you. Welcome to Dream Builders Diaries, building dreams one story at a time. I'm Jeannie Craft. And here at Dream Builders Diaries, we dive deep into the personal stories of entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators, and everyday visionaries, just like you. Yes, we believe that every dream starts with a story worth telling. And by sharing these stories, we aim to empower you to create your own dream and the story behind it. But before we get started, grab a paper and a pencil or a pen if you don't already have one. Inspiration, ideas, and dreams come and go very quickly. Jot yours down. Don't let yours get away. This father didn't let his daughter see him cry when she left. But what he said should spark you to do something different. Right before leaving her at the departing gate, her dad gave her assurance and love she'll carry forever. Turns out they'd been saying this in their family for a very long time. No, it wasn't take time to live, although it could have been. You see, back in the day, family could park their car and walk into the airport and actually walk their loved ones to their departing gates. You could see this in the movies before 9/11. The loved ones could stay with the person at the gate flying until they boarded and actually watched the plane as it pulled away from the gate. Those were the days when safety felt a little closer. Days when terror wasn't on our minds as it is now. This was overheard as a father and a daughter in their last moments together at the airport were on quiet display. Should they have been on camera? Possibly so. They had announced the young woman's departure. The father had been handling her carry-on, and as the crowd drew closer to the gate, and the father waited patiently for the daughter to gather her sweatshirt and her purse and her boarding pass, they all just kind of watched. They had been seen standing near the back of the crowded gate, and quietly were just speaking to one another. They hugged, then they hugged again. The father held her close and said, I love you and I wish you enough. The daughter pulled back ever so slightly so she could look directly into her father's eyes. And she replied, Dad, our life together has been more than enough. Your love is all I've ever needed. I wish you enough too, Dad. The father kissed his daughter on her forehead, and she looked into his eyes one more time. Then she took her carry-on and turned to go down the jetway. The father walked over to the window and watched to see if he could catch one more glimpse of his beautiful offspring. The father was now standing just in front of me, from where I was sitting. And from where I was sitting, I thought I could see that was the father about to cry? I could see his face was painfully wretched. What to do? I tried not to intrude on his privacy, so I stood up and I quietly said, That was beautiful. You both care about each other so much. He had a little catch in his breath, but he welcomed me in by asking, Did you ever say goodbye to someone knowing it would be forever? The question caught me completely by surprise. I frantically tried to recall the picture of his daughter that had already left my mind. Let's see, she was young and she was healthy and very beautiful. Yes, I have, I replied. Forgive me for asking, but why is this a forever goodbye? I am old, he said, and she lives so far away. I have medical challenges ahead, and the reality is her next trip back here may be for my funeral, he said. I had to just let those words hang in the balance. I'm sorry, I finally whispered. When you were saying goodbye, I heard you say, I wish you enough. Can I ask you what that means? He didn't answer right away. A tear had tried to slip down his right cheek, and he wiped it away with the quick wisp of his hand. We watched in silence as the airplane door was closed and the jetway was being pulled back. Suddenly, the plane was in full view, and the engines had roared to life. His eyes were moist, and yet he began to smile. He said, That's a wish that has been handed down from past generations in our family. My parents used to say it to everyone. His voice caught again in his throat. He paused a moment and then looked up as if trying to remember it in detail. And then he smiled even more when he said, I wish you enough. And we were wishing and praying for the other person to have a life filled with just enough good things to sustain them. Then turning towards me, he shared the following. He was reciting it from memory, sharp, smart, and very on purpose. I wish you enough sun to keep your attitude bright, no matter how gray the days may appear. I wish you enough rain to appreciate the sun even more. I wish you enough happiness to keep your spirit alive and everlasting. I wish you enough pain so even the smallest of joys in life may appear bigger. I wish you enough to gain to satisfy your wantings. I wish you enough loss to appreciate all that you possess. I wish you enough hellos to get you through the final goodbyes. Then the tears began to fall, splashing off his shirt, some soaking into it, creating a treasured polka dot, bluer pattern on the crisp blue fabric. He turned and silently walked away. I, I wanted to follow him. I looked up to see that the crowded airport had already swallowed the man. I wanted to find him in that sea of humanity. I wanted to thank him, to reassure him that he had changed my life. I will say that one phrase for the rest of my life. I vowed to start a new tradition in our family, but by then he was gone. So why this diary? Because this diary demonstrates the magic and secrets of compassion and patience and enough. There are few words that can mean as much and that can hold as much value as this single word. And I also share this diary because this powerful diary celebrates the virtues of endurance and courage and the moments that happen sometimes when no one is really watching. When the crowd was buzzing by, could humanity have missed this message? I hope you won't. So as she left for forever, his words changed everything. Don't forget this one word. And to all my family and friends, I wish you enough. So to recap, what is your biggest takeaway from our diary today? And how does this diary relate to how you set up all the resources and materials to bring your dream to life? Dreamers, believe in yourselves, be passionate, work smart, and know your why. Apply what you learn each day. And as you ponder the source of your dream in this diary, I wish you well. I wish you an abundance of resources and knowledge and wisdom with your time and your future success with your dream. Enjoy life and always be kind. I want to leave you with this quotation. They say it takes a minute to find a special person, an hour to appreciate them, a day to love them, but an entire life to forget them. It's also credited to Cahill Gibran or to Charlie Chaplin. I'm going to read it one more time. They say it takes a minute to find a special person, an hour to appreciate them, a day to love them, but then an entire life to forget them. Thank you, Cahill or Charlie, whoever said it first. Special thanks to my friend Angelo for sharing their story. Special thanks to those of you who listen to Dream Builders Diaries regularly. I am grateful to you. The honor to spend time with you is all mine. So if you don't have it yet, get your 90-Day Dream Builder's Diary by Jeannie Craft on Amazon very soon. Like and share this diary and subscribe for more. Contact us to tell your story. Thank you, and until next time, building dreams one story at a time.